Hi everyone. As you all are aware that IIM Kozhikode has sent out a mail to all the candidates who satisfy the minimum eligibility criteria. So just want to tell you that that's not the interview call, that's just a preliminary shortlisting. Now the students are wondering that what are my realistic chances of getting the interview call because candidates with even 88-90 percentile have got the call in general category. So students are wondering that should I fill the form because that is a separate form to be filled to be eligible for the second stage, that is interview stage process. So what are my chances of getting that interview calls and what are my subsequent chances of getting final shortlisting, final convert? So in this video, this is what I'm going to give you, tell you exact details, that what are those important parameters which will affect your chances of selection for the second stage as well as the final stage. So watch this video till the end and don't forget to hit the like button. Before we proceed, just want to quickly tell you that irrespective of what percentile you have scored, if you have received that mail from IIM Kozhikode, make a point to fill the form even if your chances are very slim, right? So as per the document, they have given, they have defined some minimum eligibility criteria, and based on that they have released preliminary shortlisting. They have sent a mail to candidates requesting them to fill a personal data form. Once you will fill the personal data form, then they have set this criteria for second stage, that is interview stage shortlisting. I just want to mention over here that IIM Kozhikode has clearly mentioned that they are going to conduct the interview in certain cities that they have mentioned, and there is going to be a WAT process. So in simple words, IIM Kozhikode VET PI process is going to be offline, while many other IIMs have clearly mentioned that they are going to conduct the online interview process. For example, the CAP rounds are going to be online. Similarly, IIM Amritsar has mentioned that they are going to conduct online personal interview and there will be no WAT. But for IIM Kozhikode, it's going to be day as usual. Right. Now, if I look at this particular criteria, I mean, this doesn't tells me anything that what will be my chances of getting the interview calls and subsequently the final convert. So for that, I came across a report and this is what I'd like to share with you. So if you look at the placement report, which they have recently released, this is their 2022 final placement report. That tells us plenty of things, guys. And yes, it will help us understand that how many seats are there, how many calls are they going to release, what was the batch profile in the previous years. So based on that, we can make out that what will be the chances of my selection if I have a particular profile. So few points that I would like to you to note over here is what I have highlighted with the red color. For example, in 2020-22 batch, there were 546 students who appeared for who were there in total. If you look at 2019-21 report, they had mentioned this number as something like 459 or so. So I can see that every year this number is going up by almost 100, right? So even this year I'm expecting that there will be about 600 students in total for all the three programs put together, that is their flagship program, PGB Finance and PGB Liberal Studies and Management. Of course, maximum number of seats are for the flagship program. So first point, the number of seats at IIM Kozhikode are very high. Okay, and that's why they'll release more calls compared to some of the other IIMs, right? So for example, even if I assume that they have 600 seats, intake of 600, and on an average they are inviting say 5 candidates for interview per seat, so they'll have to release about 3000 calls, which itself is a big number. First, second, if you look at the the female percentage is very high in their campus. That means they give more weightage to the gender diversity. If I look at the work experience part also, because of selection increases over there, right? If you are a non-engineer with work experience and with a decent 95-96 percentile, definitely you have high chances of selection. So yeah, this is another thing that tells us that they give more weightage to the work experience. Now you might be wondering that in the final selection they have just assigned 5 percentage points or say 10 percentage points only to work experience, but work experience affects in a different way. For example, when you are sitting in the interview, they'll evaluate your candidature based on the work profile, and definitely based on that you will be awarded points in the interview. So the overall weightage of interview is about 35%, and over there you can score really well, right? So this is another important part. If you look at the background diversity, so of course most of the students are from engineering and commerce background. They have also given some weightage to resume score, which we'll discuss later on. So in resume score, they also look at the reputation of your institute. For example, if your institute is having near ranking of among top 30, then definitely you will get some additional points. So all these factors are considered while releasing the call, as well as while making the final shortlist. So let's quickly understand what are your chances of getting selected. So for second stage, I believe, as we have seen over here, that they have given good weightage to CAT score. So either you should have very high CAT score, something like 99 plus percentile, and along with that, if you have at least two of this parameters. For example, you have very good score in 10th or very good score in 12th, or you have academic or gender diversity or work experience. If you have any two of this, definitely your chances of getting call are very high. In case if you do not have very high CAT score, if you have something like say 94 96 percentile in CAT score, which will definitely not be considered very high, because the other candidates will have 90 99 percentile. But if you have gender diversity, background diversity, or if you have work experience which is more than 2 years, or if you have amazing 10th percentage, something like 10 CGPA, so guys, all this will definitely increase your chances of getting a call. So I feel that someone who has say even 90 92 percentile in CAT, but if the person is a female non-engineer with amazing 10th and 12th percentage, definitely her chances of getting call are very high. And if that person also has work experience, then even the chances would increase further, if I look at the final convert, right? So yes, this is what you had to understand as far as the IIM Kozhikode second stage, that is interview stage, shortlist is concerned, and the final conversion is concerned. If you look at their final conversion, they have given about 35% weight to CAT score. CAT index score means they are looking at your raw score and they are directly considering it. Along with that, there is 35% weightage to personal interview, 20% weightage to WAT, and 10% weightage to resume score. Once again, if you are someone who doesn't have very high CAT score, but if you are performing very well in PI, now how can you perform very well in PI? Is it just through your communication skill or your career, being very clear about career objective, why MBA and so on and so forth? No, they have clearly mentioned over here that the final score, look at this one. During PI process, the panel will evaluate academic efforts and disposition, general awareness, social disposition, attitude, personality and communication, and the quality of work experience of each candidate, right? So even if you have some work experience, you scoring high in this 35% is very high, provided you are able to portray that work experience in the nice manner, right? So yes, if you are someone who doesn't have very high CAT score, but if you have work experience, along with that, if you have that academic diversity and all, and if you are performing well in PI WAT, your chances will definitely go up. Along with that, this resume score will also affect. Now let's quickly understand what are the component of this resume score. So quality of undergraduate academic institutions. If you are if you are from one of those IITs, NITs, or SRCC, or some other college which is in top 30 as per the NEEF ranking, then you will have an advantage over there. Or if you have pursued professional qualification like CA, ICW, and so on and so forth, or if you have completed your CFA level 1, 2, 3, then also your chances of getting selected are higher. So in simple words, either you need to have very high CAT score, or if you have slightly lower CAT score, but if you have that gender diversity advantage, or if you have that academic diversity advantage, good 10th and 12th percentage, work experience plays going to play a very critical role over here, then your chances of selection will be high. So I really hope you have found this video useful. Do let me know in the comment section how did you find it, so that I can keep coming up with more such videos. And do mention your profile in the comment section so that I can help you with necessary inputs. Stay tuned for more videos.